Як мене зараз чутно?
Добре.
Чудово. Бажаю здоров'я всім. Радий всіх бачити. Ми зрозуміло, що ми ще офіційно будемо робити звірку присутніх безпосередньо з фактом по реєстраційній картці. Реально радий вас всіх бачити. І в нас дуже гарний привід сьогодні заслухати наукову роботу, науковий здобуток чудової аспірантки іноземного походження, яка не побоялася навчатися під час повномасштабного вторгнення в Україну. Більш того, погодилася, і за що велика вдяка безпосередньо її двом науковим керівницям за це. Ну і за те, що вони мали таку нагоду для нас особисто зробити зустріч з такого гарного, приємного приводу. А зараз, шановні учасники нашого заходу, хочу перейти до офіційної процедури. Сьогодні у нас 13 січня 2023 року, 11:00, і з вашого дозволу я починаю засідання. Сподіваюся, що всі за. Якщо якісь заперечення, давайте відразу їх озвучимо. Чи є заперечення?
Немає.
Якщо заперечень немає, то прошу дозволити розпочати засідання. Відповідно до рішення Вченої ради Дніпропетровського державного аграрно-економічного університету, протокол номер 2 від 26 жовтня 2023 року, та за наказом ректора номер 3444 від 14 листопада 2023 року в Дніпропетровському державному аграрно-економічному університеті створено спеціалізовану вчену раду для прийняття до розгляду та проведення разового захисту дисертації громадянинки Республіки Мальдіви Абдулла Надхія на тему «Improving Contract Farming for Family Farms Management in the Context of Agriculture Sustainability Development in the Republic of Maldives». Тобто українське удосконалення контрактного фермерства для управління сімейними фермами в контексті сталого розвитку сільського господарства Республіки Мальдіви. На здобуття ступеня доктора філософії у галузі знань 07, управління та адміністрування за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент. До складу спеціалізованої вченої ради увійшли голова Безус Роман Миколайович, доктор економічних наук, професор кафедри маркетингу Дніпропетровського державного аграрно-економічного університету. Рецензентка Павленко Олена Сергіївна, кандидат економічних наук, доцентка кафедри економіки Дніпропетровського державного аграрно-економічного університету. Офіційні опоненти: Лагодієнко Володимир Вікторович, доктор економічних наук, професор, завідувач кафедри маркетингу, підприємництва і торгівлі, Одеський національний технологічний університет. Назаренко Олександр Володимирович, доктор економічних наук, професор кафедри обліку і оподаткування, Сумський національний аграрний університет. Трусова Наталія Вікторівна, доктор економічних наук, професор кафедри фінансів, обліку та оподаткування, Таврійський державний агротехнологічний університет імені Дмитра Моторного. Посади членів спеціалізованої вченої ради вказані на дату захисту дисертаційної роботи. Прошу зареєструватися, шановні учасники нашого заходу, рецензенти та опоненти, вказавши своє прізвище, ім'я та по батькові в чаті. Нагадую, що під час виступів камери повинні бути включені обов'язково. Так, перевіряємо чат наш. Мгм. Шановні учасники, прошу виключити мікрофони. Так, отже, наразі присутні 5 членів спеціалізованої вченої ради із 5 затверджених наказом ректора номер 3444 від 14 листопада 2023 року. Кворум необхідний для засідання і є, і ми можемо, і маємо всі права офіційно, всі підстави для того, щоб розпочати засідання. Засідання спеціалізованої вченої ради оголошую відкритим. На порядку денному захист дисертації на здобуття ступеня доктора філософії, аспірантки кафедри менеджменту і права Дніпропетровського державного агроекономічного університету Абдулли Надхія на тему Improving Contract Farming for Family Farms Management in the Context of Agriculture Sustainable Development in the Republic of Maldives. Удосконалення контрактного фермерства для управління сімейними фермами в контексті сталого розвитку сільського господарства Республіки Мальдіви. За спеціальністю 073 менеджмент. Робота виконана в Дніпропетровському державному аграрно-економічному університеті. Науковий керівник, доктор економічних наук, професор Васильєва Наталія Константинівна, а також кандидат економічних наук, доцент Воловик Ірина Анатоліївна. До спеціалізованої вченої ради надійшли такі документи. Заява щодо проведення атестації здобувачки, копія першої сторінки громадянки Республіки Мальдіви, копія диплома магістра, витяг з наказу про зарахування до аспірантури, засвідчений у встановленому порядку, академічна довідка про виконання відповідної освітньо-наукової програми, висновки наукових керівників, висновок про наукову новизну, теоретичне та практичне значення результатів дисертації, дисертація в друкованому та електронному виглядах, відбитки копії наукових публікацій, зарахованих за темою дисертації, засвідчені в установленому порядку, відгуки рецензентки та 3 опонентів. Всі документи відповідають встановленим вимогам. Дисертація до захисту подається вперше. Хто за запропонований порядок денний, прошу голосувати. Хто за? Так, ми будемо голосувати в чаті. Я зрозумів. Зараз я трошки тоді розкрию. Так. Хто проти? Утримався? Немає. Пропозиція приймається. Дозвольте зачитати біографічні дані аспірантки. Абдулла Надхія, 1984 року народження, громадянка Республіки Мальдіви, освіта вища, закінчила у 2012 році державний заклад Луганський національний університет імені Тараса Шевченка за спеціальністю педагогіка вищої школи. Аспірантуру закінчила у вересні 2023 року у Дніпропетровському державному аграрно-економічному університеті Міністерства освіти і науки України в місті Дніпро. Дисертацію виконано в Дніпропетровському державному аграрно-економічному університеті Міністерства освіти і науки в місті Дніпро. Тема дисертації в актуальній редакції затверджена на засіданні вченої ради Дніпропетровського державного аграрно-економічного університету 30 березня 2023 року протоколом номер 6. Надхія Абдулла завершила виконання освітньо-наукової програми у 2023 році. 27 вересня 2023 року відбулася публічна презентація дисертаційного дослідження на кафедрі менеджменту і права, де дисертацію було рекомендовано до розгляду та захисту у разовій спеціалізованій вченій раді. Освітні наукові положення та результати дослідження за темою дисертації опубліковано в 11 наукових працях, з них 4 статті у фахових виданнях відповідно до спеціальності, 1 стаття в міжнародному науковому виданні, проіндексованому в наукометричній базі Scopus та Web of Science, 6 тез конференцій. Наукові публікації відповідають вимогам пункту 8 9 порядку присудження ступеня доктора філософії та скасування рішення разових спеціалізованих вчених рад закладу вищої освіти, наукової установи по присудження ступеня доктора філософії. Постанова Кабінету міністрів України від 12 січня 2022 року номер 44. Дисертація відповідає вимогам наказу Міністерства освіти і науки України номер 40 від 12.01.2017 року про затвердження вимог щодо оформлення дисертації та порядку присудження ступеня доктора філософії та скасування рішення разової спеціалізованої вченої ради закладу вищої освіти наукової установи про присудження ступеня доктора філософії, постанови Кабінету міністрів України від 12 січня 2022 року номер 44. Чи є питання у спеціалізованої вченої ради до особової справи нашої здобувачки? Немає. Оголошено і погоджено, що захист дисертації буде проводитися англійською мовою. Всі члени ради мають відповідні підтверджені сертифікати про достатній рівень володіння англійською мовою. Окей. To present is the main results of the research. The word is given. Floor is yours. Ms. Nadhia Abdullah, please.
Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen now. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Захист Абдулла Надхія. I'm the fourth-year student of the State dissertation study is improving contract farming for family farm management in the context of agriculture sustainable development in the Republic of Maldives under the specialty management. My supervisors are Natalia Vasilieva and Irina Volovic, and they have done a wonderful job in helping me to carry out the research study and development of my dissertation. The research study is based in Maldives, and hence I would like to give a brief introduction about the Maldives. Maldives is a group of islands which consist of 1,192 islands scattered in the Indian Ocean, as you can see here in the top hand right corner. Among these 1,192 islands, people only live in 200 islands, and the total dry land area is only 298 square kilometers, and the population is 500,000. In this slide, I'm showing the fruits and vegetables that are most commonly grown by the Maldivian family farmers, which includes watermelon, cucumber, papaya, banana, and butternut. Watermelon and papaya are the most enjoyed fruits by the tourists who visit Maldives, and papaya is a well-known and a very famous fruit among the Ukrainian tourists who visits Maldives. Moving to the purpose of this research study, the research object and the research subject is based on the theoretical, methodical, and scientific practical aspects of improving contract farming for family farm management in the context of agriculture sustainable development in the Republic of Maldives. The dissertation includes 11 publications, that is 5 articles and 6 conference proceedings, where one article is indexed in the databases Web of Science, Co-Collection, and Scopus. Similar to other research studies, this dissertation study also includes an introduction, 3 chapters, conclusion, recommendation, and a reference list. The total, it has 188 references. Moving to the main part of this presentation, which is the general conclusions in accordance with the assigned tasks, which confirms the scientific novelty, theoretical and practical significance of the work, which clearly determines how successful I'll be in defending my thesis. Moving to the chapter 1, similar to other research studies, in chapter 1, I have focused on defining the terms and the concepts covered in this dissertation study. In chapter 1, part 1.1, I have focused on generalizing the categorical definitions and combining theoretical approaches to determine the meaning of sustainability in family farming. Family farming is a farming activities where these farming activities are carried out by the family members, where these family members are the main source of labor. These family farmers plays a crucial role in contributing to the prosperities of the communities. And hence, based on this aspect, I analyzed the characteristics of Maldivian family farms. As you can see here in table 1.2, the Maldivian family farmers, they carry out their farming activities in a comparatively small land area, and their daily income per head is less than $2. And hence, based on this, I propose the scientific novelty of this part lies in determining the meaning of sustainability or interpreting the sustainability of family farming as a way of sustaining farmers, resources, and the farming communities by pushing them towards more profitable and environmentally friendly farming practices to improve their livelihoods and contributing to the rural development. Moving to the part 1.2 of the chapter 1, I focused on understanding the contract farming model. Here, I tried to analyze the characteristics of different contract farming models, as well as I tried to generalize the contract farming model implemented by the Agro-National Corporation of the Maldives. Hence, based on this aspect, I analyzed the different characteristics of different types of contract farming model, which is outlined here in the table 1.4. And also, I analyzed the benefits of contract farming model. And it shows that the contract farming model intertwines both the farmers and buyers with monetary and non-monetary benefits. And hence, the scientific novelty of this part lies in generalizing the contract farming model implemented by the Agro-National Corporation as centralized contract farming model, which has the potential in pushing the small family farmers towards economic, social, and environmental sustainability. In part 1.3 of the chapter 1, I focused on farm management. Here, I tried to find out a workable direction, how these contract farmers can be, management can be improved to attain sustainability. Farm management is all about decision making in terms of farming activities in relation to the available resources, contributing to the development and productivity and the prosperity of the communities. Farm management underlines the most important function, the management functions, which includes planning, organizing, implementing, and monitoring. And hence, based on this aspect, I proposed a scheme of farming support. As you can see here in figure 1.2, I proposed combining agricultural extension services along with management consulting in the functional stages of farm management, which includes planning, arranging and coordinating, implementing, monitoring, and controlling the farming activities for the improvement of the farm management. And hence, the scientific novelty of this part lies in improving farm management is a holistic approach to ensure the continuity and the viability of these farming communities to help them to improve their productivity as well as enlarging their incomes and contributing to the food security in the Maldives. Moving to the chapter 2, where I analyzed the agricultural sector of the Maldives. Here in 2.1, I analyzed the food and nutrient security status as well as the dynamics of the agricultural sector. Based on the available secondary source of data, I analyzed the information, and it showed that here, as shown here in figure 2.1, that the Maldivian agriculture contribute less than 5% to the national GDP. Similarly, the labor force, the number of farmers who practiced farming remained same over the years. At the same time, as shown here in figure 2.4, the land area available for the annual crops and perennial crops decreased tremendously. However, the Maldivian population doubled over the past few years, putting a great demand for agricultural food import. This pushed the country towards more food import dependency. As you can see here in figure 2.7, in the year 2019, the country imported large amount of agricultural food import as shown here. This is given the fact that this was the year the Maldives was severely hit by the COVID-19 outbreak. Based on this scarcity of resources for productivity, I proposed key directions to improve the family farming of the contract farmers, where I proposed appropriate planning, organizing, implementing, and the rational use of available natural resources, along with consulting support and labor force enhancement within economic, social, environmental sustainability dimension to attain sustainable agriculture development. And hence the scientific novelty of this part lies in controlling measures in the rational use of limited natural resources, advanced agricultural consulting service, and labor force enhancement with a special focus on addressing the gender disparity issues and developing young farmers to overcome the food and nutrient insecurity. Moving to the part 2.2 of the chapter 2, I focused on understanding the features of the family farming communities, where I try to understand how the external macro environmental factors impacted on the farm management of the family farmers. And hence I used a pestle analysis tool where I tried to analyze how these pestle factors impacted on the farm management decision making of these family farmers. And it unveiled that these pestle factors has impeded impact on the farm management of these family farmers. And hence, the scientific novelty of this part lies to identify key pestle factors observed in the Maldives, which needs to be addressed through improved farm management as potential challenges and future beneficial opportunities for successful small family farming. Moving to the part 2.3 of the chapter 2, I specifically focused on understanding the features and the characteristics of the family farming communities, where I try to identify the similarities and the differences and the challenges faced by these farming communities living in different islands of the Maldives. And hence, to understand this, I traveled to 14 islands and intervened more than 1,200 farmers, conducted focus group discussions, questionnaires, face-to-face interviews, and also I practically went to their farmlands and observed how they carried out their farming activities. And it showed that, as shown here in table 2.2, that among the three regions, the majority of the farmers are male farmers. And similarly, as shown here in the table 2.3, it shows that most of these farmers, majority of them are above 40 years of age. Also, it showed that regardless to which region they belong, regardless to which island they belong to, these family farmers are faced with critical issues such as supply of inputs, accessibility to markets, accessibility to finance, and climatic instability. And hence, the scientific novelty of this part lies in proposing a complex approach in moving away from the aged farming population who practiced conventional method of farming with poor productivity to a more young, motivated, vibrant farming population who can be equipped with technological skills and knowledge. Moving to the chapter 3, which is the most important chapter of my dissertation, where I present plans and strategies to tackle or to address the issues which I have identified in the chapter 2. Before I go into detail of chapter 3, I would like to go back and I would like to go back and show the directions which I have, key directions which I have focused and shown in chapter 2, which includes the use of natural resources, consulting support, and labor force enhancement. So in the chapter 3, I will be proposing plans and strategies that could be implemented to help the family farmers to use the rational use of natural resources, how the consulting support service can be implemented to improve the family farming activities, how labor force enhancement can be done. So in chapter 3, I'll be presenting plans and strategies in relation to these key directions. So let's go back to chapter 3. Here in chapter 3.1, I try to identify how we can improve the production management of the family farmers through optimal allocations of lands and crops. And hence, I identified how much land area is being utilized and how many farmers are growing the most heavily imported line crops. As you can see here in figure 3.2, it shows the percentage land area allocated for the growth of these line crops, and figure 3.3, it shows the percentage farmers who grows these crops. Based on this, I proposed optimal production optimal plans here in table 3.4. The plan 3 is the existing plan, or the plan which the production plan which the farmers practiced. In opposed to that, I proposed plan 1 and plan 2, where I allocated crops depending on the peculiarities of these regions and of these islands, and allocated land that can improve the productivity of these farmers. And here table 3.5, it shows that adopting these optimal plans, it can improve the productivity of the farmers by 59% and decrease the expenditure by 43%. And hence the scientific novelty of this part lies proposing production optimal plans for the improving the farm management through proposing most economical, resource-efficient crop allocations that ensures higher productivity with higher quality compared to the existing cultivation choices that is being practiced by the family farmers. Now moving to part 3.2 of the chapter 2, which is based on the key direction, consulting support. Here I try to identify ways how the agricultural extension officers can be revamped to ensure to improve the productivity and enlarge the incomes of the family farming communities. And hence, based on this, I analyzed the agricultural extension officers who are at the moment working along with the family farming communities. And it showed here in table 3.6 that the majority of the agricultural extension officers are male officers. And here in table 3.7, it shows that the training that these agricultural extension officers received are mainly centered around the agricultural subject knowledge. As you can see here in the top hand right corner, this is the agricultural extension officer demonstrating how to identify pest and plant issues in one of the family farming communities. Here at the bottom picture, the agricultural extension officer is demonstrating to these women farmers how to do hand pollination. And hence, and also, it also showed that these agricultural extension officers has a perception that their only duty and responsibility is to improve agricultural production rather than helping these rural farmers to attain rural development and poverty reduction. And hence the scientific novelty of this part lies is implementing or using the consulting service management is a way of addressing the knowledge gap that exists in agricultural extension officers and equipping them with these optimal plans, which is identified in this research, and helping them to communicate these information to the family farming communities to improve their productivity. Part 3.3 of the chapter 3 is focused on labor force enhancement, which is a third direction which I have proposed in the in improving the farm management. So, and here in 3.3, I try to identify what measures that that can be implemented to develop a labor force in contract farming and the ways to address the gender inequality and the age gap that exists among the farming communities. And hence, I proposed an agricultural extension service holistic approach. That is, the agricultural extension service officers, along with the help of the consulting service management, they will be assisting these family farmers from the very initial point to the market point, which means they will be helping them to plan how much resource they should allocate, what crop they should be growing, and also harvesting and handling, and they will be connecting them to the market point. And in addition to this, I also proposed ICT integrated measures that need to be adopted by the agricultural extension officers to outreach these family farmers to provide them with farming information. That is, as shown here in table 3.10, the family farmers of the Maldives, regardless of gender and age, they have access to digital skills, computers, phones, and hence I proposed ICT integrated measures as a mean of outreaching these farmers, providing them weather information, market information, and about agricultural quality imports and other required information. In addition to this, also I proposed a one-cycle route to address the logistical hurdles faced by these family farming communities, as well as the agricultural extension officers. And hence, by adopting this one-cycle route, the agricultural extension officers can outreach these family farming communities and support them by reducing the amount of time and expenditure in opposed to the present way where the agricultural extension officers outreach to these farming communities. And hence, as a whole, in chapter 3, I have proposed plans and strategies to address the issues which I have identified in the chapter 2, which includes production optimal plans, where through agricultural extension officers will be helping the family farmers to allocate land and choose crops which is most efficient and which will help them to increase their productivity. Second, I have proposed ways that how the agricultural extension officers should be helping the family farmers from the very initial stage to the market point, as well as I have addressed proposed plans such as ICT integrated measures that agricultural extension officers can adopt to outreach these family farmers and one cycle route. And for the labor force enhancement as well, through these mobile phones, it will reduce the gender gap. It will outreach all the farmers, females and males, with the required information. And I'm fully confident that the results that I have obtained from this research study is beneficial to my country. This is because the optimal plan that I have obtained from this research study is already being implemented by the Agro-National Corporation of the Maldives, and it is showing that a tremendous increase in the productivity of the family farmers as well as the quality of their produce. And also the results of this study is being utilized by the Ukrainian cooperatives, and the lessons and the results is being utilized for the educational purpose of the Dnipro State Agrarian University. And I'm fully confident, and I'm happy that the result that I obtained from this research study will contribute in pushing the Maldivian agricultural sector towards sustainability. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. And now I'm open for your questions.
Okay. Thank you, dear Nadhia. The report is completed. Okay, colleagues, please time for our questions. Who will be first?
I'm some questions.
Please, go ahead.
Mrs. Nadhia, I have two questions for you. One question. It is core from management is about Essence Farms in plain products, monitor and control the agricultural activities. Therefore, please name the dissertation result contents in listed prime sections of management, since your research and studies to have been conducted in the fields of knowledge outside management administration with specialization in outside pre-management.
Thank you so much, Professor. Regarding the management functions, the chapter 3 of the dissertation, it focuses on the management functions in terms of improving the farm management of these family farmers. In 3.1, I proposes the plans. In 3.2, I proposes ways how these plans can be implemented. In part 3.3, I proposes how the implemented plans can be monitored and controlled. So as a whole, in chapter 3, it outlines all the functions of the management in improving the farm management of these family farmers. I hope I have answered your question. Thank you.
Thanks. Two question. Market essence and diversification case expect improve farms performance. That's why codes explain how more diverse farms should diversify their products and market spots to enhance economic resilience.
Okay, thank you for your question. Regarding crop diversification and market access, when we began this contract farming model by the Agro-National Corporation, the family farmers only grew staple foods. But now to diversify the crops, we have we support the farmers to grow both staple foods as well as high value added crops, and which will produce additional source of income to these farmers. In addition to this, we also, through the help of Agricultural Extension Service officers, we provide market information to these family farmers, and we connect these farmers to the markets, ensuring guaranteeing a market for their produce. In addition to this, Agro-National Corporation is working on developing value-added products. First of all, we are focusing on increasing the productivity of these farmers, and it is planned to include value-added productions. And in addition to this, to diversify and to improve the access to the markets, we are building infrastructure such as handling and storage units as well as agro boards to ensure that their fruits and vegetables are transported to the market point in a good quality. I hope I have answered your question. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Dr. Trusova, are you satisfied the answer of Nadhia?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, more questions?
May I have a question?
Please.
Couple words. It's a big pleasure for me to be a part of this scientific journey, and thank you very much for your report. It was very interesting and up to date. Due to that, I have two questions. The first one is, what does it mean, the agricultural sustainability? And the second one is, what software was used for calculated in the paper? Thank you.
Thank you so much for the question. Regarding agricultural sustainability, means improving the food productivity of the farmers by ensuring the economic, environmental, and social aspect is being sustained, which means not deteriorating the environment, reserving the resources for the future generation. Basically, that is the main concept of agricultural sustainability. Within these three pillars, the agricultural activity should be carried out. Moving to the second question, the softwares. I have used Microsoft Excel and computer input programs to graphically represent, to build charts and to do graphs to represent the results of my study, as well as I have used Google Forms and Google Sheets to to conduct interviews and to generate data from the farming communities. In addition to this, I have used the optimal model and have used the chi-square and the 5% independence level to ensure that there is a variability between the gender and also there is a variability in the age. I hope I have answered your question. Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Pavlenko, are you satisfied? The answer?
Yes, completely satisfied.
Okay, nice. Okay, more questions?
Allow me.
Yes, please.
Dear Mrs. Abdullah, thank you for your presentation. It's very interesting information about Republic Maldives. I have two questions, my first questions. Could you explain the choice of sales channels of agricultural products of Maldives and factors what impact it? It really matters since these challenge affects not only farms live full, but also the national food security.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. And regarding the sales channels, before the contract farming model, before the agro-national corporation came to existence, majority of the family farmers, the sales channels that they used was the local shops, stalls, and Saturday markets, and the islands which are nearby the resorts. They outreach to these resort markets, but the islands and family farming communities which are away from the resorts, they were not able to. But when the agro-national corporation came into existence under the contract farming model, the agro-national corporation agricultural extension officers helped these family farmers to outreach these market points. The market points includes the local markets, retail shops, stalls, Saturday markets, resorts, resort hotels, resort suppliers, as well. And also we are targeting the tourism market where we are trying to conduct farm tours, products tailored for the tourist markets to diversify the market for these family farmers. However, the individual farmers and majority, all the farmers in the Maldives, one of the main challenge that we face in terms of market is ability to transport their produce to the market point in a fresh quality, because we are islands far away from each other. It sometimes takes 1 day or 2 days to outreach these market points. However, the agro-national corporation is building agro boards with right condition to ensure that these products are being delivered to the market points. Thank you so much. I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you. Thank you. My next questions. Crowdfunding financial is a way to which can strengthen and concept family farms with the markets and sales channels. Do you think crowdfunding financial could be an opinion strengthening family farming community of Maldives?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for this very interesting question. Yes, crowdfunding is a very potential opportunity for the Maldivian family farmers. But unfortunately, we don't have laws and regulations to standardize these procedures. And there is regulatory risks to implement this at the present moment because we don't have any rules and regulations. However, I analyzed how the crowdfunding financing is being handled in the neighboring countries, and it's been beneficial to these family farmers in improving their farming activities. And I'm hopeful in future we'll have laws and regulations to monitor and regulate the crowdfunding finance. Thank you. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you. I have not more questions.
Do you have more questions or no?
No.
May I?
Okay, I need to ask, sorry. Dr. Nazarenko, are you satisfied with the answers?
Thank you. I'm satisfied.
Okay, thank you. Okay, who is next? Dr. Lagodienko?
Yes.
Okay, please.
Good day, colleagues. I have two questions. The first question, In terms of challenging target of self-sufficiency, could you explain the main factors that affect the economic progress and enhancement of food security in the Maldives?
Regarding self-sufficiency, first of all, thank you for your question. Regarding the self-sufficiency and enhancement of food security in the Maldives, the Maldivian family farmers are the most vulnerable sector of the Maldivian economy. Much attention is focused on these family farming communities. Hence, through the contract farming model of the Agro-National Corporation, we try to build a family farming population which practice the climate resilient methods of farming to improve their productivity, to improve the food and nutrient security of these communities. However, one of the main challenges we as a community, as the family farming community, is faced with the availability of the land. We are 99% of sea, 1% of land. So hence, and through the contract farming model of the Agro-National Corporation, we try to equip the farmers with options which will increase their productivity by using other methods, for an example, hydroponics, vertical farming, and other methods of farming. The other thing is access to fresh water. We have like 1 meter thick fresh water there, and majority of the islands we don't have fresh water. We use desalinated water. We use salt water from the sea and convert it to the fresh water, and we use it. Most of the islands, even they don't have that resource as well. So what we do is through the contract farming model, we support the farmers to harvest rainwater, implement irrigation system, drip irrigation, and the Agro-National Corporation provide finances for building these systems. Hence, these are the some of the measures. In addition to this, infrastructure is one thing we pay a great importance. For an example, building cold storage units, building harvesting and handling points in these small island communities. So these are the main things which we as Agro-National Corporation are doing to ensure the self-sufficiency of these small farming communities so that they can contribute the food and nutrient security of the Maldives. Thank you. I hope I have answered your question.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good answer. Second question. Based on the current challenges, the threats caused by fluctuating climatic conditions and resource scarcity in the Maldives, please explain what measures should be taken to support agricultural producers and marketing, logistics, and financing farming activities.
Thank you for your questions. This very specific question focuses on how we help the family farmers to ensure the climatic period, the farming activities in terms of the challenges we face. So here in Agro-National Corporation, under farmers who operate under contract farming model, agricultural extension officers, along with the consulting service management, communicate and support the farmers to practice climatic resilient farming methods, such as growing drought-resistant crops, and also provide them with climatic resistant seeds. In addition to this, these agricultural extension officers, depending on which island these farming communities are, depending on how much they have access to fresh water, they implement water management, that is harvesting rainwater, drip irrigation, which I have discussed as also before. And also research activities are carried out to understand what practices would most benefit these farming communities, and this information is being transferred to the agricultural extension officers, and agricultural extension officers communicate this information to the family farmers. Which I have discussed before, infrastructure is one more thing which we pay a great attention in. We invest and we give finances to the family farmers in regard this to ensure that we build a very strong, resilient farming community who can withstand with the climatic challenges faced. I hope I have answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you. I am satisfied.
Okay, thank you very much. And Nadhia, I have one question about organic farming. Organic farming is one of the most sustainable approach to save the ecological and receive good yield for farmers, good product for persons who will use it. Okay, do you have any recommendation how to improve and promote organic farming in Maldives?
Oh, thank you so much for your question. On organic farming is one aspect which we really focus in our contract farming model. And also I have discussed this in my dissertation. Some island communities like cucumber, watermelon, and these are the crops which we really focuses on growing, because these are the crops which farmers have been growing since the beginning. However, due to the soil deteriorated soil nutrient levels, in availability of these land areas, farmers are not able to produce these crops, and there's a great demand by the tourist sector for these crops. So our agricultural extension officers, depending on which island and which part of the Maldives they are, they support these farmers to grow organic to practice organic farming methods. For an example, use of cocoa peats and making their own organic manure at home. And we have special uninhabited islands where they produce this organic manure from coconut husk, from leftovers from the fishery sector. All those things we use it, and as a coconut husk to make this organic manure. So it has shown, even now today, we can see that there is an increase in 70% of the produce of cucumber. Before, they used to grow cucumber in the open land, which resulted in damage and poor quality of the cucumbers and the watermelons. But the farmers who are supported with this organic method of farming, they are producing a higher quality and a 70% increase in their productivity. So we do practice organic method of farming. Thank you so much for your question.
Okay, and one more question. Maybe you know what kind of certification used in Maldives? I mean, it's international organic certification or some local organic certification or standards?
Okay, thank you so much for your question. At the moment, we are not at the international level, but we are using the local level of organic certification. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, dear colleagues, maybe you have more questions. Maybe you have some idea to ask Nadhia more. Okay, if no, let me the conclusion about the scientific novel, theoretical and practical significance of the results of the thesis. Та перейду на українську. Дорогі колеги, ми маємо зараз послухати висновки про наукову новизну, теоретичне та практичне значення результатів. Наскільки мені відомо, всі ми такі висновки знаємо, більш того, всі ми з такими висновками ознайомлені, але тим не менш для протоколу я маю коротко їх зачитати. Так, актуальність теми. Значить, актуальність теми: сімейні ферми є домінуючою формою ведення сільського господарства в глобальному вимірі. Всі ми знаємо, що дане десятиліття визначено Організацією Об'єднаних Націй як десятиліття безпосередньо сімейних ферм. І з точки зору продовольчої безпеки та розвитку сільського господарства, можливостей працевлаштування, доходу та інфраструктури – це є основним напрямком розвитку сільського господарства. Подібним чином сімейні ферми у Мальдівах сприяють виробництву продуктів харчування та забезпечують доходи фермерських господарств. У даному разі модель контрактного фермерства є дієвим рішенням для підвищення продуктивності виробництва, зменшення ризиків господарювання та надання доступу до передових аграрних технологій. Досконалення контрактного фермерства пов'язане зі сталим сільським господарством, яке забезпечується та комбінується і впроваджується при підтримці економічних, соціальних та екологічних підходів. Відомо, що Мальдіви борються з надзвичайною залежністю від імпорту продовольства, руйнівними стихійними лихами, які впливають на місцеве сільське господарство і є ослаблене дефіцитом землі та води, прісної води, як вже говорила сьогодні здобувачка, і застарілими технологіями землеробства на додачу до нових викликів. Відтак, тема дисертаційного дослідження має неабияку актуальність, будучи зосередженою на вдосконаленні управління сімейними фермами Мальдів через контрактну модель сталого сільського господарства. Ну, а для України, тому що ми також маємо вчитися на прикладах інших, з точки зору можливостей використання обмежених ресурсів для отримання сталого результату. Зв'язок роботи з науковими програмами, планами та темами. Ну, наукова робота, як було вже озвучено мною, була виконана в Дніпропетровському державному аграрно-економічному університеті. Вона є затвердженою, і окрім цього, виконання даної роботи відбувалося в межах виконання теми розвиток управлінського консалтингу та дорадчих послуг для посилення конкурентоспроможності сільських підприємств та забезпечення збалансованого розвитку сільського економічної системи на регіональному та місцевому рівні. Номер реєстраційний є, тема є діючою, зареєстрована в 2021 році, закінчується в 2025 році. Мета і завдання дослідження. Метою дисертаційного дослідження є теоретико-методологічне обґрунтування та розробка практичних рекомендацій для впровадження менеджменту контрактного сімейного фермерства в Мальдівах, орієнтованого на розгортання сталого сільського господарства. Наукова новизна одержаних результатів полягає у розробці теоретичних та практичних засад удосконалення менеджменту контрактного сімейного фермерства, що ставить на меті забезпечення продовольчої безпеки та сталого ведення сільського господарства. Далі, теоретичне та практичне значення результатів дисертації. На основі фундаментальних та прикладних досліджень в роботі заплановано багатоаспектну концепцію вдосконалення контрактного фермерства для управління сімейними фермами в контексті сталого розвитку сільського господарства в Республіки Мальдіви. Практична важливість авторських рекомендацій підтверджена на рівні Агронаціональної корпорації Мальдів, бізнес-мережі сільських жінок України та Дніпропетровської обласної громадської організації «Сільськогосподарська консультаційна служба». Дисертаційні положення та висновки також знайшли застосування в навчальному процесі Дніпропетровського державного аграрно-економічного університету при викладанні освітніх компонентів управлінський консалтинг та дорадча діяльність, управління проектами, міжнародна економіка. Апробація результатів роботи. Основні положення та результати дисертаційного дослідження оприлюднені автором на 6 конференціях, що були проведені в період 2020-2023 років. Серед таких найбільш вагомих конференцій є 5-та міжнародна наукова практична конференція «Наукові тренди та тренди в контексті глобалізації». Швеція, УМЕО, 2023 рік, лютий. А також 7-ма міжнародна наукова-практична конференція «Науковий прогрес, інновації, досягнення та перспективи», Мюнхен, Німеччина, квітень 2023 року. Особиста участь автора в одержанні наукових та практичних результатів, викладених в дисертації. Автором дисертаційної роботи особисто проведено теоретичні дослідження, виконано розрахунки, сформульовано висновки та надано практичні рекомендації. Автор самостійно брав участь у конференціях в рамках апробації базових положень дисертаційного дослідження, у 3 статтях, опублікованих у співавторстві з науковими керівниками, тобто доктором економічних наук професором Васильєвою Наталією Костянтинівною, а також кандидатом економічних наук доцентом Воловик Іриною Анатоліївною, здобувачу належать результати, що мають елементи наукової новизни. Дотримання здобувачем принципів академічної доброчесності. Рецензенти провели аналіз роботи, і в результаті проведеної оцінки на антиплагіат програмним забезпеченням страйк плагіаризм, що дав такі результати: КП-1 – 3,9% в межах норми, КП-2 – 1,7% в межах норми, КС 0,53% у межах норми. При ґрунтовному вивченні було з'ясовано, що збіги пов'язані виключно з власними публікаціями здобувача в наукових виданнях. Кількість цитувань не перевищує обсягу виправданого характером роботи. Перелік публікацій за темою дисертації із зазначеними внесками особистими здобувача. Основні наукові положення та результати дослідження за темою дисертації опубліковано в 11 наукових працях. З них 4 статті у фахових наукових виданнях України. Усі включені до міжнародних наукометричних баз даних. Одна стаття опублікована в журналі, що включена до наукометричних баз даних Scopus і Web of Science. 6 тез у матеріалах наукових конференцій. Загальний обсяг публікацій становить 6,9 друкованих аркуші, з яких 4,84 друкованих аркуша належить особисто автору. Структура та обсяг дисертації. Робота складена з вступу, 3 розділів, висновків і пропозицій. Загальний обсяг викладено на 166 сторінках основного тексту, містить 19 таблиць та 20 рисунків. Список використаних літературних джерел налічує 188 найменувань. Оцінка мови і стилю дисертації. Дисертаційна робота написана грамотно англійською мовою, науковою, відзначається цілісність, завершеність, викладена логічно і послідовно. Стиль подання матеріалу відповідає прийнятому в науковій літературі. І загальні висновки. Вважати, що дисертаційна робота Абдулли Надхії на тему Improving Contract Farming for Family Farms Management in the context of agriculture sustainable development in the Republic of Maldives, удосконалення контрактного фермерства для управління сімейними фермами в контексті сталого розвитку сільського господарства Республіки Мальдіви, яка подана на здобуття ступеня доктора філософії за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент, за своїм науковим рівнем та практичною цінністю, повною мірою відповідає вимогам постанови Кабінету міністрів України про затвердження порядку присудження ступеня доктора філософії та скасування рішення разової спеціалізованої вченої ради закладу вищої освіти науковою установами про присудження ступеня доктора філософії від 12.01.2022 номер 44 та вимогам оформлення дисертації, затвердженими наказом Міністерства освіти і науки України від 12.01.2017 року номер 40 та відповідає положенням освітньої наукової програми Дніпропетровського державного аграрно-економічного університету підготовки здобувачів на 3-му рівні за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент. Рекомендувати дисертаційну роботу на тему Improving Contract Farming for Family Farms Management in the context of agriculture sustainable development in the Republic of Maldives, удосконалення контрактного фермерства для управління сімейними фермами в контексті сталого розвитку сільського господарства Республіки Мальдіви, подану Абдуллою Надхію на здобуття степеня доктора філософії до захисту та створити разову спеціалізовану вчену раду у складі. І там є перелік всіх учасників сьогоднішньої зустрічі. А саме Безус, Павленко, Назаренко, Олександр Володимирович, Лагодієнко Володимир Вікторович і Трусова Наталія Вікторівна. Шановні колеги, dear colleagues, I suppose we can begin the discussion of the dissertation work presented by Abdullah. I invited to start the review Associated Professor, Candidate of the Science in the Economics, Olena Pavlenko. Lena, please.
Okay, thank you. Let me start. So there is review for the dissertation work of Abdullah Nadhia on the topic improving contract farming for family farms management in the context of agriculture sustainable development in the Republic of Maldives. Submitted for obtaining the scientific degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the field of knowledge 07 Management and Administration, in the specialty 073 Management. So the first, the relevance of the dissertation topic and its actuality. The current stage of agribusiness development in Latin countries of the world is characterized by a clear awareness of the need of a responsible attitude to the use of all resources, which is reflected in the concept of sustainable development, as well as the key role of agricultural production in the formation of the country's food security. In addition, the digitalization of the economic space and technological processes increasing the role of human resources and their entrepreneurial activity affect the organizational and management transformations of product manufacturers. In this regard, the specified priorities were included in the platform for the development of agrarian business of the countries from the very beginning. At the same time, considering the specific of the national economy makes it possible to efficiently implement the principles of sustainable development, considering the stage of transformation and modernization of management processes. This provision emphasizes the relevance of the research topic chosen by the dissertation. Second, connection of the submitted thesis with the scientific programs and projects. The dissertation work was carried out in the context of the initiative topic of the research work of the Department of Management and Public Administration of the Dnipro State Agrarian and Economic University, calls development of management, consulting, and advisory services to strengthen the competitiveness of agricultural enterprises and ensure balanced development of socioeconomic systems at the regional and local levels. 2025 state registration number is 0121U009893. Third, the main scientific results, their novelty, degree of validity, and reliability. The theoretical analysis drew attention to the study of the essence and role of family farms, the importance of sustainable development priorities in the functioning of the modern economy and its agricultural sector, the parameters of rational and optimal distribution and use of resources, as well as the essence of classification of contract farming models. Ms. Abdullah carried out a statistical and econometric analysis based on a database of official sources and her own survey of the target groups. As a result, a well-founded profile of modern family farming in the Maldives was formed with the determination of its qualitative and quantitative characteristics, as well as its role in the national economy and ensuring food security, highlighting the characteristics features of regional development. A high level of import dependence, low managerial and technological level of processes, a lack of effective interaction between subjects providing consultations, etc., have been established. At the same time, a clear structuring and assessment of the factors of the functioning of agrarian businesses, pastel analysis, made it possible to determine the key directions of transformations and improvement of family farming based on the concept of sustainable development, with a separate block of means of the transition period. It is important that the considerable attention was paid to the study of gender specifics of entrepreneurial activity, in particular the agrarian sector of the country. Low indicators of participation of youth and women groups with a high share of the population and a high potential of economic activity were revealed. Proposals regarding their involvement in the implementation of the contract model of farming, family farming based on sustainable development have been formulated. The regional contract farming optimization model presented in Chapter 3 is a powerful tool for transforming production priorities to reduce dependence on imports and increase the country's economic security. Its implementation will be facilitated by the improvement of the provisions of advisory services, the development of agricultural advisors. Fourth, scientific novelty and the dissertation provisions and recommendations, theoretical and practical significance of the results of the dissertation work. In our opinion, the purpose and objectives of the research defined by the author have been fully achieved. The theoretical and practical results of the dissertation have implications for improving the contract farming model for family farms in the Republic of Maldives to increase agricultural sustainability and food security. It was noting the scientific results that deserve approval. First, the optimization model of production, which is described in Chapter 3, allows to optimize the use of labor and plant resources and grow the most demanded fruits and vegetables. It makes impact on food security of the Maldives and increase the welfare of small farmers through the better resource management. Second, exploration into the gender dynamics of the Maldivian agricultural sector is commendably thorough. The data presented, particularly on the challenges faced by female farmers, is both compelling and concerning. The proposed solutions ensured in the utilization of consulting services are well-founded and offer a promising avenue for redress. Third, the particular implication of this research are manifold. There's spotlight on the role of consulting services, especially in equipping the agricultural extension service officers as a notable contribution. The potential of these services to bridge the gender gap by empowering female farmers with the necessary tools and knowledge is particularly promising. Fourth, they also paid considerable attention to research and the theoretical foundations of the chosen topic. The work proposed a definition of the category sustainable family farming, which involves accomplishing eco-friendly, resource-saving farming methods, which provide farmers tangible economic advantages and are socially attractive for farming communities. Characteristics of the family farm sector in terms of household size, income level, the main purpose of the activity, resource limitations were studied and systematized in Chapter 1st. Fifth, comparative analysis was carried out on the database of family farming in other countries. As a result of the study of the model of centralized contract farming in the Maldives and professional statistical analysis, the other substantiated the conclusions about its insufficient effectiveness and identified directions and tools, in particular the combination of management consulting and agricultural advisory services for the sustainability of rural communities, ensuring food security and stimulating the development of rural territory. And six, the unconditional achievement of the dissertation is the development of a conceptually integrated approach of the sustainable use of limited natural resources, advisory support for the improvement of technological processes, and the participation of farmers in the contract model. At the same time, the organizational token for the transformation of the traditional model of agriculture into a model of sustainable development is substantiated inter-regional analysis, official surveys, group discussions, etc., with appropriate statistical processing of the results. 5. Evaluation of the dissertation structure and absence of violation of academic integrity. The work is clearly structured, which made it possible to comprehensively highlight the problem and formulate recommendations aimed at solving it. The dissertation is written in English. The main content is laid out on 178 pages. The dissertation consists of an abstract content, introduction, 3 sections, conclusions and recommendations, references with 188 sources. The scientific level of the dissertation meets the current requirements of the procedure for varying the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and annulment of the decision of the one-time specialized academic council of the Institution of Higher Education, Scientific Institution, on awarding the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Cabinet of Ministries of Ukraine Resolution number 44, date January 12, 2022, as well as the requirements for the preparation of the dissertation, order of the Ministry of Education and Science number 40, date January 12, 2017. The report of similarities regarding the verification of the dissertation work carried out by the Strike Plagiarism Program confirms that no violations of academic integrity were detected. The dissertation contains references to sources of borrowing theoretical provisions and used informational materials. 6. The reliability of completeness of the presentation of the main provisions, conclusions, and results of research in published works. The main provisions and results of the author dissertation's research were discussed at 6 conferences. In total, based on the results of the conducted research, 11 scientific works were published of the total volume 6.9 printed sheets. These are 1 article in the journal indexed in the database Web of Science Core Collection and Scopus, 4 articles in the journals from the list of professional editions of Ukraine, and 6 materials in the conference proceeding. 7. Discussion clauses and comments to the dissertational work. The dissertation research was carried out at a high level, and the conclusions have sufficient justification, but certain comments and database provisions can be identified. So, the first one, Chapter 1, Table 1.3, page 42, classification of benefits of contract farming for farmers and buyers could be added by benefits for community. Second, it would be interesting to compare the condition for contract farming development in Ukraine and in Maldives to classify common challenges and differences. Third, figure 2.5, page 78, 2.7, page 81, and 2.10, page 92 would be completed by the trend lines, in our opinion, to give some prediction in processes development. And fourth, considering the efficiency of contracting farming model, some issues of sustainable development concept could be investigated deeper. For example, indicators of family farms' impact on the environmental issues and how contracting farming influence the positive or negative changes. These remarks do not reduce the positive assessment of the work, but is the subject of further scientific research or technical corrections. 8. General conclusion and recommendation to the defense. The established provisions have a high theoretical and direct practical value in terms of improving the management of contract farming for the purpose of forming and implementing a model of sustainable development, which makes it possible to positively evaluate the conducted research and recommended it for defense. The dissertation is a completed independent study aimed at solving the main tasks set in the dissertation on the improving contract family farm management in Maldives. According to the content, the assessment of the scientific level of the dissertation, the design and approval of the main provisions, the dissertation of the topic, improving contract farming for family farms management in the context of agriculture sustainable development in the Republic of Maldives corresponds to the procedure for awarding the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and annulment of the decision of the one-time specialized academic council of the Institution of Higher Education, Scientific Institution on awarding the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Cabinet Ministry of Ukraine, Resolution number 44, date January 12, 2022, and requirement for the preparation of dissertation, Ministry of Education and Science, Order number 40, date January 12, 2017, and its author, Abdullah Nadhia, deserves to be awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the field of knowledge 07 Management and Administration and specialty 0733 Management. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Dr. Pavlenko, for your time, for your review, for your opinion. I hope Ms. Abdullah is ready and can to respond to your comments of the review. Please.
Yeah, thank
Floor is
you.
yours.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for your very thoughtful feedback. I really appreciate your time, energy, and effort to review my work. Now I'll go back to your comments and remarks. Moving back to your comments regarding remark 1 and the third remark, I totally agree with you, and I will use your comment and suggestion in my future publications when in relation to the designing and illustration and the layout of the tables. And moving to the second remark, and understanding and analyzing the similarities that exist between the contract farming model of Ukrainian and Maldives. Yes, I have analyzed and I have seen the similarities. For an example, in the Ukrainian agricultural system, they are faced with the water scarcity issues. For an example, the southern Ukrainians, so they have implemented the irrigations and drip irrigations. And one of the most striking thing which I understood while analyzing the agricultural system of the Ukrainian is they grow similar crops as us. For an example, cucumber, watermelon, some tropical crops that we grow here in Maldives. And the other common thing which I have found out is that the Ukrainian agricultural system is also faced with the difficulty of addressing this gender disparity issue, which is observed among the farming communities, as well as recruiting young people to the population. So these are the common challenges we as a nation, Maldives, as well as Ukrainian, we are facing in developing the agricultural sector. Moving to the fourth remark regarding the environmental issue, as I have proposed in the chapter 3, along with the consultant management support, the agricultural extension service officers will be building the capacity of the family farmers to practice environmental friendly practices, specifically focusing on how much chemicals and fertilizers they will be applying based on the conditions of the soil of that specific island. So Agro-National Corporation have formulated a plan of how much fertilizers and chemicals they should be applied. Also, we encourage and support the farmers to implement biological control methods in controlling the pest and plant diseases. Regarding carrying out a study or calculation on how much the contract farming has impacted on the environment, at the present moment, the contract farming model that has been implemented by the Agro-National Corporation is at the very initial stage. However, we are collecting information, and it is a possible and a very interesting future research topic that I would like to explore again in my future research studies. And I really appreciate your time and effort in reviewing, and I really thank you for your positive comments and feedback. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Pavlenko, are you satisfied? The answers.
Yes, I'm satisfied.
Okay. I invite for the speech the official opponent, Doctor of Science in Economics, Professor Volodymyr Lagodienko, Odessa National Technological University. Please.
Yeah, thank you. My review has 8 sections. Let me read each of them. First, relevance of the dissertation topic. The Maldives is in dire need of efficient management concerning small family farming, which balance the livelihood of the rural communities and introduce rotation use of resources, ensuring profitability within the economic, social, and ecological dimensions of agricultural sustainability. Considering the above, we believe that an Abdullah's dissertation is relevant and timely, as it involves solving the scientific and practical problem of substantiating theoretical and methodological principles how to improve and develop contract family farming in the Maldives, which is among top countries by population density in the world. The second, connection of work with scientific programs and plans. This study forms an integral component of fundamental research supported by the Ministry of Education and the Science of Ukraine as a part of scientific study performed by the Department of Management, Public Management and Administration in Dnipro State Agrarian and Economic University. The degree of validity and reliability of the dissertation, scientific statements and conclusions. The work utilized a significant number of general scientific and special research methods. The final conclusions of the dissertation agree with assigned tasks and confirm the scientific knowledge, theoretical and practical significance of the work. Broadly, the content of the work aligns with the study subject, and the organization of the material demonstrates a logical and sequential approach. The conclusions and recommendations efficiently address the objectives outlined in the work, and those are duly supported by the provided calculations. The validation of the dissertation findings presented at the conferences and printed in specialized scientific journals serves as additional confirmation of the credibility and soundness of the dissertation results. This further substantiates the claim that the scientific principles, conclusions, and recommendations formulated in Abdullah's dissertation are well-founded and reliable. The fourth, scientific novelty of the dissertation provisions and recommendations, their theoretical and practical significance. An examination of the content of Abdullah's works detects that the author has successfully defined the research objectives and tasks, which are articulate and supported with proper clarity. The dissertation outcomes clarify the author's theoretical and practical contributions to enhancing contract farming model focused on agricultural sustainability and food security. Besides, the authors has devised a strategy of empowering farmers for economic and social sustainability and propose time and cost efficiently method of utilize ICT measures and a personal meeting with agricultural extension service officers to strengthen the market connectivity and reduce logical holders. In the chapter 1, along with the definition of family farming within the dimension of agricultural sustainability pillars, a new result offers a scheme of farm support which involves integrated management consulting and agricultural extension services to strengthen key management function to help farmers meet contractual goals. Figure 1.2, page 54 to 70. New scientific results in chapter 2 elaborate the prime direction to improve the family farming activities in the Maldives based on the comprehensive parcel analysis as well as the key regional constraints and opportunities faced by the local farmers. It is also worth highlighting the OSIS concept of management improvement likened to sustainability pillars through the optimal use of natural resources and development of labor force in family farming by means of relevant consultant services. Figure 2.9, page 80 to 103. A new scientific result in chapter 3 is a mathematical model which proves ways to optimize the allocation of available resources and arrange activities of family farmers to ensure higher incomes, guarantee large harvests, and cut total production costs. Table 3.3, 3.4, page 135 to 130. Fifth, the evaluation of the dissertation structure and absence of violation of academic integrity. And Abdullah's dissertation is a well-balanced and thorough scientific investigation, consistently deploying material on the selected research topic. The other's work represent a qualified scientific achievement conducted by the applicant independently encompasses elements of scientific innovation and practical importance. Upon review of Abdullah's dissertation, academic publication, and official plagiarism detection measures, the author has maintained academic integrity. The references in the dissertation also comply with copyright regulations, confirming the absence of integrity violations. 6. Completeness of presentation of the dissertation results in published works. Abdullah has published the core scientific results in the dissertation in 11 scientific works, including 5 articles in journals and 6 materials in conference proceedings. Only the others' individual contributions are submitted for defense, and the others' publications provide a comprehensive overview of all scientific outcomes derived from the research, highlighting the originality of the provisions, conclusions, and recommendations presented in the work. 7th section, discussion clauses and comments on the content, structure, and decision of the dissertation. While acknowledging the merits of Abdullah's dissertation, it is essential to consider some special deficiencies and debatable aspects. The first, the research study proposed a production optimization model which defines ways of how efficiently land resources and crops can be distributed based on the regional peculiarities in the Maldives. However, it is advisable to have additional charts to visualize how much these measures, if implemented, could increase the farmers' incomes. Second, water scarcity is a present issue on a global scale, including Ukrainian agriculture in the southern regions. The author's research indicates that the Moldovan freshwater layer is thin, page 35 to 36 and 76 to 80, and the farmers in the Maldives should install irrigation systems. Unfortunately, the respective calculations and detailed recommendations are absent in the dissertation. Third, any research benefits from the application of risk management. This is somewhat lacking in this dissertation, since in the case of the Maldives, family farmers could be supported through risk transfer, which is crucial for the rural communities that are susceptible to observe weather conditions of other unforeseen events. Fourth, the study shows the Maldivian rural communities are logistically difficult to reach, and the dissertation provided ways in addressing these hurdles. Table 3.11, page 161, gives time taken for the AES offices to reach farm islands. However, it could also be useful to identify the potential market points nearest to these communities so that AES officers, when consulting, can help the farmers plan their activities in an optimal way. Final section name, general conclusion and recommendation of the dissertation to its defense. Overall, the dissertation work has been thoroughly prepared and aligns with the requirements outlined in the Ministry of Education and Science of Ukraine Order number 40, date 12 January 2017, and the Cabinet of Ministry of Ukraine Resolution number 44, date 12 January 2022, which regulate and govern the procedures for awarding the Doctor of Philosophy degree. In light of this compliance, it is justifiable to conclude that the dissertation titled Improving Contract Farming, the Family Funds Management in the Context of Agricultural Sustainable Development in the Republic of Maldives is a complete, independently performed, logically structured study containing new scientifically based results. Therefore, Abdullah Nadhia, the author of the dissertation, is deserving of being conferred with the Doctor of Philosophy degree in the field of knowledge, 07 Management and Administration specialty within the specialty 73 Management. Thank you. Dear colleagues, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Lagodienko, for your reviews, for your time. And I would like to give applause for Ms. Abdullah. I hope she can respond to the comments. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your untiring effort and your valuable comments, and I really appreciate it. Now I would go back to the remarks which you have made. So regarding the remark 1, I totally agree with you. I have presented in my dissertation study how the optimization model will increase the amount of productivity in relation to each crop. But as you have suggested, in my future presentations, in my future results, I will graphically represent it. Regarding the remark, the second remark, the water scarcity issue, to address the agricultural extension offices of the contract farming model along with the finance given by the Agro-National Corporation, will be supporting the family farmers to implement irrigation system and harvesting rainwater, as well as soil conservation as a way of managing the water. However, regarding conducting a research, calculation, and generating a recommendation, since the contract farming model that is implemented is at the very initial stage, and we do not have enough data to generate a recommendation. However, it could be a future research potential opportunity. Regarding the third comment, transferring the risk. Since all these contract farmers are under Agro-National Corporation, the risk is directly transferred to the Agro-National Corporation. Regarding the fourth remark, the market access. The main purpose of the contract farming model is to connect our family farmers to the market points, and hence these agricultural extension officers, along with the ICT integrated measures and outreach in these farming communities, will be providing information regarding market to these farmers directly. At the same time, the Agro-National Corporation will be transporting their produce to the available markets, and they guarantee a buyer for their produce. So regarding the market access, market information, there is no challenge. However, the other farmers who are individually operating, they have the challenge of outreach into the market points. But the contract farmers who are under Agro-National Corporation, they are assured to the market access, and they are assured a buyer for their produce. I really appreciate your comments and your feedbacks, and I once again thank you for your effort, and I will definitely use your comments and feedback in my future presentations and in future results. Thank you so much.
Okay, Volodymyr Viktorovich, are you satisfied with the answer?
I am satisfied with the answer.
Okay, thank you. I invite for the speech to the official opponent, Doctor of Science in Economics, Professor Alexandra Nazarenko, Sumy National Agrarian University. Please.
Thank you. My review is available is full on the university website. Now I would like to voice its main components. First, relevance of dissertation topic. Family-owned farms have crucial impact of global agriculture, advancing food security, rural growth, and conservation of both the environment, cultural and similarly in Maldives, these farms are excellent for food production and the well-being of local farming population. Not to mention that Maldives struggles with crucial dependence of food imports and nutrition insecurity. Nadhia Abdullah's dissertation of improving contract farming for family farms management in the context of agricultural sustainable development of Republic Maldives is undeniable and relevant. Second, connecting of work with scientific program, plans, and topic. Nadhia Abdullah's dissertation is part of fundamental research endorsed by the Minister of Education and Science of Ukraine, according to a Doctor of Philosophy in Management program. Besides, we study elements of this scientific research of Department of Management, Public Management, and Administration at the Pro State Agrarian and Economic University. Third, the degree of validity of scientific statement, conclusions, and recommendation formulated in the dissertation, their reliability. The scientific proposition, conclusions, and recommendation formulated in the dissertation work are sufficiently substantiated. The basic of such as statement is logical and consistent presentation of study materials, both theoretical and practical in nature. The availability of scientific research is confirmed by the use of wide range of general scientific and special methods, a bit than writing the dissertation. The content of work corresponds to the topic of dissertation research. The developed theoretical and analytical materials were visualized and generalized in 19 tables and 20 figures. The conclusion of dissertation work are clear, logical, related to the main task set in work, and confirmed by relevant calculations. Fourth, scientific knowledge of propositions of dissertation, conclusions, and recommendation, the theoretical and practical significance. Acquaintance with the content of dissertation work of Nadhія Abdullah allows us to infer that the work contains appropriate elements and scientific knowledge, which have theoretical, methodical, and analytical nature and relate to improving contract farming for family farms management in the context of agricultural sustainable development. Abdullah Nadhія carried out a statistical and economics analysis based on database of official source and her own census of target group, which includes 14 island communities and more than 1,200 farmers. As a result, a well-founded profile of modern family farming in the Maldives was formed with the determination of its qualities and qualitative characteristics, as well as its role in the national economy and ensuring food security, highland and characteristic features of regional development. The topic authors finish with elements of scientific knowledge include a comprehensive approach to address economic, social, and environmental challenges faced by small family farms in their pursuit of sustainable agriculture. Its communities management conclusion and agricultural external are also involves professional to create strategic family plans and offer graduates of advanced technologies. Figure 1.2. This concept places special emphasis on supporting young farmers to overcome issues related to food and nutrition inventory and put forth aims to revamp contract farming by translation from conventional practice with limited productivity to new methods mastered by young individual and these modern agricultural knowledge and skills. Table 2.3. Mathematical models of production optimization created enhance management of family farms and in contract farming. This model offers regional group allocation that includes efficiency of farming communities and boosts farms alone by delivering superior quality and great quantities of groups compared to the current volume of harvest. Table 3.4. An organization approach which focus in improving farmers promoting gender equality and improving women in sustainability agriculture. It utilizes ICT intelligent measures like mobile messengers and online specific apps, as well as personal meeting with agricultural external service office who should follow the calculated model transport route optimization, the time and the money spent on reaching the desired rural areas. In total, it helps to develop a labor force, transmit modern knowledge, skills, and timely provide requested consultations for small family farms. Table 3.10. Fifth, equalizing evolution of content and complements of this dissertation work. Dissertation work of Abdullah Nadhія is independent profound, fully complete scientific study with consistently present material on choose research topic. Proofs of author's conclusions shows her ability to use various means and approaches to solving the tasks. 6. The complete of presentation of main scientific results in the dissertation in the public works. Requirement with the dissertation study of Nadhia Abdullah testifies to the correspondence of content and main provisions of dissertation work. The main outcomes of work were reported, discussed, and received approval, assessment, and international scientific and practical conference. According to the results of the dissertation research, Abdullah Nadhia published 11 scientific works. These are 1 article in the journal indexed in the database Web of Science for Collections and Scopus, 4 articles in the journal from the list of professional editors on Ukraine, and 6 materials in the conference. The full list and volume of scientific works published by Nadhia Abdullah on topic of dissertation study meets the requirement for the publication of research materials of corresponding level of higher education. 7. Practical significance of obtained result. The practical significance of obtained scientific result is tied to improving family farming management. The main scientific findings of author have been accepted for consideration and implementation by Agro-National Corporation of Maldives, as well as Ukraine Rural Women Business Network Organization, and by the Dnipropetrovsk Agricultural Advisory Service NGO. The main provisions and results of Nadhia Abdullah dissertation research are implemented in the education process of Dnipro State Agrarian and Economic University, when teaching the education component, management, conclusion, and inviting activities, advisory activities, project management, and international economy. 8. Comprise with the principle of academic integrity. On the basis of similar protocols submit for review, no vulnerabilities of academic integrity were found in the dissertation work. In the dissertation, all present source of borrowed ideas, statements, and other informational and analytical resources have links. 9. Dissertation clause and comments concern the dissertation content. In general, the research was carried out extensibility high level, but the content of dissertation contains certain shortcomings and debatable provisions that do not significantly affect the quality of present scientific result, conclusions, and the recommendation of author novel. First, climate conditions are the biggest free of food production, the small scale productions, and more vulnerable in terms of social and economic perspective. The dissertation was explaining how family farms can build their activities to tackle this issue with countries' sustainable development with them in environment dimension. Second, the dissertation work would have benefited significantly in the outer and reflected on ways of supporting family farms growth, investing via crowdfunding financing, as author shows what the farmers have strong digital skills and various equal availability of digital service. So crowdfunding financing may not only help family farm and content them with the markets and sales channels. Third, the dissertation is detailed explain figure 3.1. The high food important dependency of Maldives and the remoteness of the rural island communities, what leads to serious logistical difference in out in these areas. The study could have been more comprehensive if had analyzed the assembly of food and nutrients by specific rural communities to farmer of the importance of promoting sustainable farming. Proof. One of the practices adopted by most of South Asian countries such as India is to offer agricultural subsidy to small-scale farms as income support along with taxation reductions. This created aspects for Maldives small-scale farms who earn less than $1 as their daily income per capita. Table 1.2. However, the study does not address this challenge and does not give any recommendation about the available financial actors in Maldives that can be involved in solving this present issue. But the above remarks do not reduce the scientific and practical value of dissertation. 10th, general conclusion and recommendation to defense. The dissertation work of Nadhia Abdullah on the topic improving contact farming for family farms management in the context of agricultural sustainable development on the Republic of Maldives, submitted for obtaining the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the field Knowledge 07 Management and Administration by the specialty 07 Free Management, is a complete, independently performed, logically constructed study in which the author obtained new scientific-based result. The dissertation work is properly prepared and meets the requirements approved to the Order of Minister of Education of Science of Ukraine, number 40, January 12, 2017, and well as responsive to a Cabinet Minister of Ukraine number 44 on approval of a procedure for granting the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and cancellation of decision of one-time specialized academic council of the Institution of Higher Education, Scientific Institution on awarding the degree of Doctor of Philosophy dated January 12, 2022. The above allows us to conclude that Abdullah Nadhia deserves to be awarded and degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the field of Knowledge 07 Management and Administration by the specialty 07 Free Management. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Nazarenko, for your comments. Ms. Abdullah, can you respond to the comments? Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your constructive critiques and your time and effort and your vibrant energy in presenting these comments and critique in my review. I will go, I'll try to answer all the remarks which you have presented regarding the first remark, the climatic issue, which I have previously also answered in my other discussions, that our agricultural extension officers of the contract farming model, they develop and they support the family farming communities to practice a climate resilient farming methods, drip irrigation, water conservation, soil nutrient conservation, as well as organic method of farming. Moving to the remark number 2 regarding the crowdfunding, which I also have answered previously. Crowdfunding financing is a potential opportunity for us, but at the present moment, we can't implement it because we don't have regulations to standardize it. Moving to the remark, third remark, I totally agree with you, and I will incorporate your comment and your suggestions in my future studies to ensure to strengthen and refine my work. Moving to the fourth comment, providing subsidies and reduction of taxation to improve the amount of daily income per head of the family farmers. At the present moment, the contract farming model under the contract farming model, it is providing the family farmers fertilizers, chemicals, tools, and equipment under subsidized price. At the same time, the Maldives has no taxation on the agricultural related products to strengthen the farming communities. Similarly, the production optimal plan, which I have proposed in my research study, the plan 1 and plan 2, increases the productivity of these family farmers by 59%, which 100% ensures that the family farmers attain more than $1. There is a range of minimum $5 per head will be achieved by the family farmers when they walk along or carry out the family farming activities in accordance with the optimal plan that I have proposed in my research study. Thank you once again, and really appreciate your thoughtful and constructive remarks. I will incorporate the comments that you have suggested. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Abdullah. I invite to the speech of the official opponents, Doctor of Economic Science, Professor Natalia Trusova, Dmitro Motorny, Tavria State Agri-Technological University. Please, the floor is yours. Пані Наталя, включіть, будь ласка, мікрофон.
Sorry. Dear Chairman, on the one hand, especially at Council College, I am grateful for the opportunity to study dissertation of the Abdullah Nadhія. Feedback on the dissertation was provided in the timely manner and posted on the university website. Allow me to walk and focus your attention on the main provision on my review. The current phase of business development in Legion Global Nation is characterized by strong expectation on responsible research utilization, particularly in the context and sustainability development. Recognition of the career area of agricultural production in serious food security invited. The Republic in Maldives country is limited material resources in terms of land and capital. The whole nation depends extensively on imports to ensure food and natural security. A large proportion of the local population resides in rural insular communities where their livelihood is strongly dependent on family activities. However, prolonged languages and little attention to agricultural and serious disease and concerns of Maldives family farms. This specific highlights to relevance to the process research topic for the dissertation that is situated in the building occasional timely means to improve management and push effective implementation of sustainable development efficient plans of contract farming. This study was responded as a paid to the fundamental research carried out by the Department of Management, Public Management and Administration at the Dnipro State Agrarian and Economic University. Specifically, it was incorporated in the department's broader research unities out 0121 009893 titled Development of Management Counseling and Advisory Service to strengthen to the competence of agricultural enterprise and ensure balance development of socio-economic sciences of the region and local level for 2021-2025. He Abdullah's dissertation concentrated on support farm management in the Maldives for the sake of economic, social, and environment sustainability, with a specific focus on fostering food security. The research relies on national agricultural statistics, official documents, and analytical investigations regarding family farms and contract farming. The range of exploited methods embracing grouping, recognition, statistical and graphical comparison, econometric analysis, mathematical programming. Conclusion and recommendation is harmony with studies, objectives, and the justice for future calculation. The validation of reserved via conference, presentation, and publication in the scientific journals reinforce the graduality of Nadhia Abdullah's research outcome. The complex of the dissertation results, which three elements on scientific knowledge, is logical balance between chapters of conscience and with research texts. In practical chapters, one involves the advised benefit of sustainable family farms with embroach feature of the Maldives agriculture and reflects rural development as a combination of economic, social, and environment determinants. The growing multi-facts objects and definites of the centralized contracts farming models implemented by the agri-united company in the Maldives to amplify cost-effective and production of local farmers. A complex approach revolves around farm management in contract farming by combined management, consulted, and agricultural extension service image both food security and project farming practices. Chapter's second contains a general concept to how to improve contract farming management, third rational use of limited natural research, advises agricultural control, consulting, and professional development of fellow and your farmers to increase their contribution to agricultural production. Systematic classification to create political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environment factor experience in the Maldives way clear and identify potential challenge and identify opportunities to small family farms. A methodological approach to the cross-regional analysis of the human resource by and gender, available inputs, and the market condition as a mean to extension the contract family model. Champs food includes production management optimization mathematical model with a mean to increase farmers' economic for growing resource facing regional crops and answer the yields with hand quality and quality which can boost food security in the Maldives and reduce dependence on food imports. A methodological approach to train ACAs consultants with a special focus on fields management, harvesting and marketing according to the optimal production plans that are beneficial for raising rural livelihoods and implement cutting technology and sustainable agriculture. And organization approaches to farmers, developers with industries how you approach topics of online consulting and logistic on respond meeting with agricultural extension counselors to address gender inequality in the villages and MG the year in family farms. For careful examination, including others publication and legate detection measures, such as events, and the others have maintained academic integrity. Violation on academic integrity have been not identified in the dissertation. Their reference or relevance source in information on all the knowledge of computers, law, and rare have been accepted. The evolution remark to do not reduce the positive evidence of the world by the subject of future scientific research. The first, the others reflected on benefits and decide of alternative contract farming models and give approaching experiments of the international application. Chapters 1.2, paper 43-47. That's why is make sense a general recommendation on implementation innovation elements on foreign contract farming experience in Maldivian agriculture. The second, the distinction shows low productivity of some highly improved groups. Chapter 2.1, paper 7186. Why it's advisable to delve in planning how in tech-savvy farmers using agricultural chemical and fertilize with regard to natural level on soil in different rural communities. With words help the ACE control and management the viable natural resource to enhance cultural sustainability and continuity. The third, the study proposal was in chances farming in common and improves the quality and compensation of the products. Chapter 3.1, paper 122-114. Given the fact that the Maldives is prone to unpredictable climatic condition, it would be essential to seek risk management plan for advice the condition among the research results. The floor. Certainly, others have properly welcomed the morning the family communities in the Maldives towards sustainability. In particular, one of the efforts strategic in remounting the agricultural sector emphasizes on building competent groups on young farmers. Champs 3.3, paper 154-170. Hence, equipping young people with sound knowledge and experiencing in farming further in university academia called by another perspective avenue of reflects on later. Given the dissertation context, its scientific allowance and care provision submitting to defense the research work child in parallel with contract farming for family farms management in the context of agricultural sustainable development in the Republic of Maldives. Less of the guidelines or the process for evaluating the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and enormous to the decision of the on time specialized academic council of the Institute of Higher Education Scientific Institution on awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The Cabinet Minister of Ukraine Resources now 44 data 12 January 2022 and the requirements to dissertation preparation. The Minister of Education and Sciences of Ukraine, order November 40, data 12 January 2070. Whereas the dissertation Abdullah Nadhія is definitely decided eventually the Doctor of Philosophy degree in the field in knowledge out 7 management and administration with specialization out 7 free management. Thanks you.
Thank you very much, Natalia Viktorovna, for your time and efforts. And I would like to give a chance for Nadhija to give an answer. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate your keen observations and really helpful suggestions, and I will try to answer the remarks. Regarding the remark, the first remark, foreign contract farming experiences. Throughout my research study and the development of dissertation, I have analyzed the different types of contract farming model implemented in the neighboring countries such as Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and as well as Indonesia, how the contract farming helped and supported the family farming communities and how it connected them to the buyers. So I have borrowed and integrated the lessons and good practices from these models in improving the farm management of the contract farming model, which I have shown and discussed in my dissertation. Moving to the second remark, where the Agricultural Extension Officer supports the family farmers in terms of application of fertilizers and chemicals. The consulting service management, along with that, build the capacity of Agricultural Extension Service Officers specific so that they can provide tailored advices to these small family farming communities in appropriate applications of chemicals and fertilizers in such a way that it doesn't deteriorate the environmental conditions, which includes the available scarce water resource and the soil nutrient condition. Moving to the third remark, which are the climatic conditions and transferring the risk management, which I have previously also answered that the family farmers who operate under the contract farming model of the Agro-National Corporation, the risk is directly transferred to the Agro-National Corporation. And fourth remark, which is a very interesting remark regarding the labor force enhancement and building the young population. In chapter 3.3, I have suggested the ways how to enforce and build the capacity of the family farmers with the help of the ICT integrated measures, one cycle route, as well as the holistic approach. In addition to this, the Maldivian National University at the present moment is working to build develop advanced as well as degree level courses in targeting the young population to equip them with skills and knowledge, especially focusing on technology integrated farming methods. And I'm very happy to say I am part of this program in developing these courses. I hope I have answered the remarks that you have said. And once again, thank you for your very constructive critiques. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Are you satisfied with the answer, Natalia Viktorovna?
Yes, I am satisfied.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for all professors and associated professors who have a chance to prepare review for our new, I hope, very soon new colleagues. And I would like go forward, and according to the rules and traditions of the specialized academical council, we proceed to the discussion of the thesis presented by Nadhia Abdullah. Okay, who will be first? Okay,
Yes,
please,
Mhm.
please,
Yes,
Natalia
Sam.
Viktorovna.
Only to express my opinions about the quality of the dissertation done here. I would like to note that Abdullah Nadhia review is a high level the fundamentals of managing family farms in the Maldives, as well as the research limitation in the country in the relation of other countries in the structures of the world economy. The graduate studies singlets out environment friendly resource service technology with bring sustainable economic benefits of farmers and the social attraction of the farming community. Resource of the systematic geological analysis, Abdullah Nadhia provides with the implement of the contract farming model contributes to the strengthening to food security based on the use of the less agricultural technology, which use the natural use means of production and allow timely monitoring of the quality of crop cultivation for the organization of the several crops by contract family farms. State guarantees for the provision on preference credit and the loan to family farms allow to stimulate the development of rural area in the Maldives, growth the sustainability of the natural agriculture. In addition, I believe that Abdullah Nadhia have processed an effective direction to improve the management of family farms under the contract model for the combination of management, consulting of agricultural advice service. The present concept regains and improves process of managing the activities of family farms, including the holistic approach to solve social, economic, and environment challenges in the country. It also focuses attention on conduct consulence among family farms on growing, harvest and selling crops, as well involving women and young in the contract model of sustainable farming. To improve the management of family farms in the sustainable development on the Maldivian agriculture. Abdullah Nadhia difference of approach to solve the problems of innate finishing of use limited research and insufficient follow of agricultural production, which puts the country to high dependence and on food imports. The graduate studies proposed to produce optimization model that allow for the optimal use of long and labor resources, growing the most dependent and resource service local fruits and vegetable increase the production, increasing the welfare small farming. And strengthening the food security of Maldives. believes that Abdullah Nadhia deals to advise Doctor of Philosophy in the specialist line 7-3 management is the field of knowledge of 7 management and administration. I will root yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Natalia Viktorovna. Who will be the next?
Dear
Okay, please.
Dear Mrs. Abdullah, thank you for your speech and presentation. Maldivian family farms are hardly disadvantaged by limited resources such as land, water, and machinery, climate-related risk, low productivity, outland agricultural practice, major incomes, and high level of vulnerability of farms' livelihoods. The country poor investment in agriculture during the past year has hugely worsened to Maldives' dependency on imports. New challenges including accelerated population growth, climate change, global crises like war conflicts and pandemic restrictions give rise to the urgency in improving the management of Maldivian family farms within the concept of sustainability determinations to exchange Maldivian agriculture on the day of curated and implementation in environmentally friendly, socially responsible farming conditions by economically valuable rural communities. It also requires support in terms of management consultants and improved advisory service to assist the farming communities in regional allocation and available scarce resource to activities production optimization. In view of all the above, it can be stated that the topic of dissertation study of Abdullah Nadhia is timely and relevant. In my opinion, Mrs. Abdullah should continue her research in this area. I believe that the content of dissertation meets the criteria for degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I support this work. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Олександр Вікторович. Перепрошую, Олександр Володимирович. I would like to give a floor Володимир Вікторович, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Dear colleagues, the presented dissertation is certainly interesting. The topic is relevant today. The dissertation is full of novelty. The content and architecture of the dissertation fully meets the established requirements, and its author deserves to be awarded the scientific degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the chosen specialty. I will support Nadia Abdullah when voting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for saving our time.
Yes.
And I would like to give a floor Olena Sergeyevna, please.
Okay, thank you. I would like to say that the topic of dissertation is relevant, interesting, up to date according to 17 global sustainable goals, especially in agricultural field. Scientific results are substantiated and sufficiently presented in the publications, and today we could see it on defense. The dissertation paper meets the relevant requirements. Defense was confirmed it. In my opinion, Abdullah Nadhia deserves to be awarded the scientific degree of Doctor of Philosophy, and the results of her work should be implemented to Maldivian's economy as fast as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Olena Sergeyevna. I would like to join to all to all worlds. Nadia Abdullah Nadhia was quite a good PhD student. I know she prepared with Vasilieva Natalia and Volovik Irina quite good approach to receive research results. I mean methodology, and added the experience, Maldives experience to the Ukrainian reality. We have a lot of discuss about like possibility for Ukrainian farming compared with Maldives farming. It's quite different, just 1% of land, and I'm not sure about how percent of land which ready to grow to the fruit for the vegetables, and about percentage of winter wheat and others like this for the corn. And I think she's ready to be a PhD, and if we say near our future for the voting, I would like to say yes. I vote for PhD level for Nadhia Abdul. Thank you very much. Okay. I suggest that we can end of the procedure, and I would like to give the floor for the scientific supervisors, for Natalia Vasilieva and Irina Volovik. Natalia Vasilievna, please.
Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity to share my positive impressions from work with Nadhia. It was extremely inspiring, and it's no surprise because all those years Nadhia was extremely hardworking, persistent, creative, positive person, and I also was delighted and pleased with her ability to formulate problems, to set goals, and reach the desired results shortly and effectively. Besides, as far as I know, she is really actively involved in promoting contract farming in the Maldives. And that's why I don't doubt that she'll be able to contribute a lot to promoting sustainable agriculture and reducing gender inequality and involving young farmers in active and, as Roman Mikhailovich mentioned, organic farming. That's why I strongly believe that Nadhia Abdullah deserves to be awarded the desired Doctor of Philosophy degree, and I ask the respected members of the council to vote for this decision. So thank you very much. That is all.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Vasilieva. I would like to give a floor for Irina Volovik, please.
Dear colleagues, just to save our time, I would like to say that it is a pleasure for me to be the supervisor of Nadhia, and not to repeat, just to add that Nadhia is a wonderful example of women leadership in research, and she really passed the way from, let's say, master diploma to PhD diploma with a great honor. And I'm really proud to be the supervisor and now the colleague of Nadhia. And I would like also to express my and suppose your gratitude to our defenders, because even today, during all this alarm or missiles and everything, we can do these things. We can be here and defend the dissertation, even with foreign students. Thank you very much. My gratitude.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much, професор Воловик. Окей. Ми попередньо розробили проект рішення спеціалізованої вченої ради. Дозвольте зачитати його суть. Спеціалізована вчена рада Дніпровського державного аграрно-економічного університету Міністерства освіти і науки України, місто Дніпро, на підставі прилюдного захисту дисертації на тему Improving Contract Farming for Family Farms Management in the Context of Agriculture Sustainable Development in the Republic of Maldives, удосконалення контрактного фермерства для управління сімейними фермами в контексті сталого розвитку сільського господарства Республіки Мальдіви, прийняла рішення про присудження пані Абдулла Надхія ступеня доктора філософії з галузі знань 07 управління та адміністрування за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент. А тепер, шановні колеги, переходимо до процедури відкритого голосування. Прошу членів спеціалізованої вченої ради проголосувати і озвучити свої рішення щодо присудження Абдулла Надхія ступеня доктора філософії зі спеціальності 073 менеджмент. Прошу, Трусова Наталія Вікторівна.
I will vote yes.
Окей, добре. Єс, так єс. Дякую. Так. Далі, будь ласка, Назаренко Олександр Володимирович.
Я голосую за присудження наукового ступеня доктора філософії зі галузі знань 07 управління та адміністрування спеціальності 073 менеджмент Абдулла Надхія.
Дякую, Олександр Володимирович. Будь ласка, Володимир Вікторович.
As I already said, I am voting yes. No.
Українське так.
Так, українською за присудження наукового ступеня доктора філософії Надхія Абдулла за обраної спеціальності ті самі ж галузі знань. Дякую.
Дякую вам. Будь ласка, Олена Сергіївна.
Олена Сергіївна, так. Yes, agree. All the best.
Дякую. І стосовно моєї думки, так, я повністю підтримую. I support it. All my colleagues, I would like to say yes for Abdullah Nadhia, and I hope she will be one of the best scientists in Maldives region. Так, одноголосно, 5 голосів за, проти немає. І на підставі результатів відкритого голосування спеціалізована вчена рада присуджує Абдулла Надхія ступінь доктора філософії з галузі знань 07 управління та адміністрування за спеціальністю 073 менеджмент. The decision of the Special Scientific Council is to award Ms. Abdullah Nadhia the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the field of knowledge management and administration on major management. Ну, мабуть, варто сказати, вітаємо, але є така процедура. Чи є зауваження щодо рішення спеціалізованої вченої ради?
Немає.
Немає.
Немає. Чудово.
Немає.
От після цих слів ми можемо сказати наступне. Я скажу від себе, а кожен далі вже продовжить. I would like to congratulate one of the best, I hope one of the best PhD student, Ms. Abdullah, with the successful thesis defense and awarded degree. Ми дамо вам слово. We will give you floor, but after small talk Колеги, якщо хто хоче щось сказати, варто це зараз зробити, а потім ми дамо слово, будь ласка, Надхії.
Okay, I would like to congratulate you and let it be a small inspiration for your big life. Do all these things. You are a very amazing person, which I have ever met in my life. So I'm very glad to know you, and I wish you all the best in this life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your words.
Якщо комусь комфортніше сказати українською, будь ласка.
Шановні колеги, мені дуже комфортно сказати українською, що ми з Наталією Костянтинівною дуже вдячні, що ви знайшли можливість, ресурс і час. Я знаю, що всі з вас практично зараз у відпустках, і ми працювали довго, ідучи до цього захисту. І дуже дякуємо вам за підтримку і таку академічну підтримку і людську підтримку цього процесу. Дуже вам вдячні.
Я хотів би подякувати організаторам сьогоднішнього заходу за чудову злагоджену роботу. Дійсно, все було чудово, все пройшло відмінно. Дякую.
Дякую. Я так розумію,
Я також
слухай.
дякую всім членам спеціалізованої ради за плідну працю і за те, що ми змогли зібратися сьогодні, і дуже плідна робота. І сама робота Надхія дуже чудова, розгорнута і надихає нас на майбутні здобутки в науковій сфері. Дякую.
Дякую. Шановні колеги, з вашого дозволу, я хотів би надати слово безпосередньо нашому здобувачу. Надхія, будь ласка, you can say some words if you wish, exactly, if you wish.
Yeah, I thank you. I would really would like to thank you, all the supervisors, my supervisors, for the support and guidance. And I have my colleagues who study in the international, in other foreign countries, for an example, Australia, Singapore, and I have seen the way how they have struggled in conducting PhD study programs along with the supervisors. But I'm very happy and confident to say that the supervisors that I have got and the support they have given me is incredible, and it's super compared to those students, my friends who are doing the PhD in other countries. And I have gained a lot of knowledge and studying and interacting with the in the Dnipro State Agrarian University. And the wonderful thing is that I have spent in the Dnipro city was wonderful. And I actually, I wanted to go back to Ukraine and do my defense. I want to be there. I want to meet my supervisors. I want to meet my professors, and unfortunately I couldn't. And I'm very happy that I did it, and my 4 years of work along with the 2 kids, and I'm really happy, and I really thank my supervisors for this wonderful opportunity. And thank you so much. I could have never done this without your help and support. And I will really recommend my students who are studying in the university to go to Ukraine and study the programs which is offered in your university. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for your promotion. I hope it will be free for our university. Чудово. Шановні колеги, на цьому засідання спеціалізованої вченої ради вважається закритим. Дякую всім за плідну роботу. Будьте в безпеці. Все найкраще. До побачення.
До побачення.
Дякуємо, до побачення.
Дякую.
Дякуємо, до побачення.